Hey guys, it's CALLOUS with more CALLOUS Crew Challenge Round of 8. This is more DPP action, as promised. It is the second of 3 DPP sets today, in fact. This one, a potential elimination match. It is Teclis playing on the alt Madison. He represents Team Frinch alongside Zockaroo and Finch, of course, against Mikmer on the top. Mikmer's on Team Numero Uno alongside X-Ray and Nico, and if you had watched the highlight video of the New Gens earlier, then you would have seen that Nico, the heavy favorite against Zockaroo, did not manage to win that match. It was in fact Zockaroo getting the upset win, and that means the Team Numero Uno is in danger. Should Teclis defeat Mikmer here, Team Frinch goes to the semifinals. If Mikmer wins here, it sets up a black-white match between X-Ray and Finch, which is inevitably gonna be a real good one. So, Teclis and Mikmer, let's play some ADV, right? Oh, wait. DPP. Teclis, I think, plays this bare minimally, and Mikmer, I didn't know played it at all, so I'm not sure what to expect here, but I do know from my private conversations with Mikmer that he has been taking it quite seriously and has been prepping hard all week. I think he is really putting effort in and doesn't want to let his teammates down, so I would expect Mikmer to be at least proficient in these games. We'll find out. Here is game 1 in their best of 3 with Mikmer's team Numero Uno in danger of elimination. So again, Madison bottom is Teclis representing Frinch. Mikmer's on the top. We have a Jirachi and a Zapdos lead, which after a couple switches becomes Lagron, the French word for Swampert, against Breloom. Latias comes into a Spore. And now Roserade comes in, a far better Pokemon than Roselia, for those of you wondering about that poke. So here comes Toxic Spikes and Ice Beam, respectively, 40%. Now regular Spikes and Ice Beam again. Does not look like she's going to live another. I guess she's got a shot. 36% last time, leaves her at 38. Must be a roll. Rocks come down, and here comes a Spinner. But it comes in immediately not only on hazards, but also on Earthquake, so might be easier said than done. And good thing he doesn't go for Spin. He would have been insta-blocked by Rotom there. He went for Recover instead, and out of the way he goes. Here's Bliss, taking all the hazards. And it's going to be a Choice Scarf. In exchange for Lefties. Probably not a good deal for Bliss. But now her soft boileds are fast. Out of the way she goes. And here's Loom. That's going to eat Ice Beam on the way in for 70%. Teclis feels really ahead in this one. Mikmer already feels really back against the wall here. The hazards are really an issue. I guess he's really relying on Starmie to spin, but it's going to have a very hard time doing so through the Rotom in this particular game. Even though Teclis is down a poke, I think Teclis is actually not only ahead, but like quite a bit ahead here, actually. His Lati's sleeping too, so maybe I'm exaggerating, but I forgot about that too. And the Blissy's holding Scarf. I don't know. I actually really prefer Teclis's position here. And you shouldn't listen to me because I'm not a DPP expert, but if I were watching this game, if I were like one of these guys' teammates or whatever, I would feel more comfortable if I'm in Teclis's shoes or if I were Teclis's teammate here. So here's Starmie coming in again. That's the problem. It's down to like half health before it gets to do anything, and you know that Rotom's going to come in for the cock block. Yeah, and Mikmer just can't do anything. If you spin there, you're so fucked for the next time you come in. So, like, he recovers, but, like, he's just going to have the exact same problem. He's just going to have to come in on the hazards again. And as we can see, everything is down. Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes. Blissy's stuck on Soft Boiled, remember, because the choice item. So, what are you going to do? Soft Boiled again? Sure. U-turn for Rachi as we're, I guess, going to Soft Boiled again. Why not? I mean, he can do that as long as he wants. He'll just run out of PP eventually. It's not going anywhere. Let Flygons be bygones. Here it is. Thunderbolt. And that's just going to U-turn out. Back to Zapdos now. Seems like an obvious roost turn incoming, and yet not really much punish, just a U-turn. And it is, of course, roost. Of note, no sand for either player, so bulky stuff going to be a little bulkier than normal. Oh, God, the Starmie keeps getting wrecked. It can just never get spin off. It's down to 23%. And here's Rotom again. Recover, I mean, fine, sure, but like, when do you ever really spin? I think the answer is either you don't, or you do, but you instantly lose the Starmie. The latter of which might be the better choice. Mikmer's only real hope to win this game might be to sacrifice the Starmie to get rid of the hazards, and then do anything you can to either finish the game before he can reestablish the hazards, or do whatever you can do to make it so he can't reestablish the hazards. But I don't know. I mean, Mikmer does have offensive tools. He does have Metagross. He does have Flygon. He does have Breloom. Those are all things that can punch a big hole. So it's not like, even though he does have a Blissey, so it is kind of a weird team for Mikmer, but it's not as if Mikmer doesn't have tools to force through damage. Mikmer's almost using an ADV team, actually. I just noticed that for the first time now. It is all Mons that existed in Gen 3. And like, if you just looked at it on paper, that could be a viable ADV team. I mean, the Flygon would be blocked indefinitely by Skarmory, so maybe it's not that great, but I digress. It's an ADV team. Draco Meteor coming down here on meta. Alright, well, there's one less thing that's going to punch through. 2 Meteors later, and it's gone. So now Flygon, if this is mixed Flygon, he really needs to make a prediction here. EQ does not have Life Orb, so presumably choice locked. Starmie again. And here's Lottie, but as we've seen so many times before, you would think it's just going to be a Rotom switch, and it is. And Starmie runs away. It looks over to me. The hazards are just going to be there forever. The Starmie's low. The Bliss is locked on choice whatever, which has just been soft-boiled the whole time. It's difficult for me to envision Mikmer winning this game. This one's been pretty much all Teclis. He got those hazards down early, and there just hasn't been a damn thing that Mikmer can do about it. Man, Starmie almost in the grave. He trained there with any attack would have gotten him, but he opted for sub. That is a 5% Starmie. And he has a rapid spin opportunity there as well. Wow, he gives him the chance to spin that he does not take. Now, granted, he would have lost the Starmie, so I think Teclis viewed that as fine. If you want to leave me here behind a substitute and lose the poke in exchange for the spin, fine. Now he tries to spin to be immediately blocked. And out of the way we go once again. It can't go on forever like this. The Blissey can wall the Rotom for a bit, but I mean, eventually it's just going to run out of soft-boiled PP. We're down to 8. Going to use one here. 7 soft-boiled PP. We can keep doing this loop all you want, but it will eventually run out of soft-boiled PP, and it will not be an answer to the Rotom anymore. 6 soft-boileds left. Here's a Zapdos. And there's a 42% T-Bolt and a Para, just for good measure. One more T-Bolt, that's out of here. Here's Blissey, which, all the stuff I just said. Limited PP, can't do this forever, all that. Going aggro, going Ice Beam here. We're desperate, we need crits or freezes. Starmie in. Hazards down. Lava Plume, and that's gotta be GG. Right? No, Mikmer not ready to concede. It looks, I'm going to switch over to fast. It looks real over to me. U-turn to Bliss, sure. Sub on what is going to be soft-boiled. Not even, doesn't get a chance. 2 Mons left. Good on Mikmer for playing it out. His prerogative. Doesn't want to quit on his teammates. I get it. But not in the cards on this one. Loom. Sub. Yeah, the matchup seems tough, and It's been wire to wire, if we're just being honest on this one. There was no point in this game where I felt like, Mikmer's got the lead. It felt like Teclis has been ahead the whole time. He put hazards down and just has not taken his foot off the gas. Stuck on Outrage, couple of plumes, no burn. Another Outrage. Crit would have been necessary there, but it didn't come. And finally, at this point, it's going to be good game, but I feel like this one was over quite a ways before turn 67 here, when it was actually over. All Teclis, he's going to take the 1-0 lead, and Mikmer going to need 2 in a row to keep his team Numero Uno alive. Otherwise, it's going to be Teclis, Zoc, and Finchinator of Team Frinch going to the semifinals. All right, Mikmer, Madison. One more time. We will switch the sides for continuity. Madison, again, as a reminder, is Teclis. And there's Rachi on the top for Mikmer. Rocks and Slam, respectively. Rain Dance and Slam, sure. Ironhead for Paraflinch. Gets it, which is even better because you're killing rain turns. And Teclis has seen enough of this shit. He goes straight to Kingdra, not going to bother with Boom. Hydro Pump protected against, but there's at least one more turn of rain. And Hydro Pump going to whiff on Lati, which is poor for Teclis. The rain continues. Thunder Wave on Bronzong. And now Skarm comes in. Mikmer has seemingly picked up a stallier team this time around. Spikes and full para. This one looking much better for Mikmer. The Azelf didn't get to do much of anything, and it is low and paralyzed. The hazards are very, very stacked at this point. The Bronzong is paralyzed. The Kingdra was largely negated there. Yeah, looking much better for Mikmer in this one than in the previous. That being said, there is rain and there is Quillfish, but well played by Mikmer to simply eat the hit and whirlwind it away. That being said, that is the last thing he would have wanted to whirlwind out. We now have Kingdra in the rain, hydro pumping itself, and 2 hydro pumps connect on Clef and Lati respectively. Duck and run, Mikmer. Clef down without doing a damn thing. Kingdra and Quillfish are dangerous mons, but T-Tar is going to take one of those out via a Stone Edge. Is faster, so very well may have been choiced. And more rain. Rain, rain, don't go away, says Teclis. Leaves us in a 5-5 with an unrevealed in the back for both. Well, not anymore. Full team now known for Mikmer. Rotom Wash, the last poke, which is paralyzed by Thunder here. So yeah, very different from the previous. He has opted for a stall team here. And now Azelf sneaks in on Will-O-Wisp and goes for Explosion. Sure. Well, that does get Quillfish in. And Waterfall, with the rain, will be good enough to power through that resistance. Down that goes. Now 4-4. Still a hidden poke in the back. Make that 4-3 as Mikmer opts for Pursuit. And the paralyzed Bronzong is the response. And even more rain. Interesting that he thinks that's worth it with the Kingdra and the Quillfish down. I guess Thunderachi makes it worth it, question mark. Healing Wish. There we go. Last poke Coon, we're all in. That's something that likes Rain Dance. It's going to get paralyzed here. Or by paralyzed, I mean burnt. 41% Surf. T-Bolt. Surf here is going to need a crit, or he's going to need a full para. Otherwise, he's going to get cooked by the T-Bolt. And he doesn't even play for it. He thinks even if full para comes, it's not good enough. Teclis is going to concede. It'll send us to a crucial game-deciding, match-deciding Game 3. However, one more time with a reminder, Teclis' team is not in danger here. Should Teclis lose, it would simply go to a Finch and X-Ray black-white third match. Mikmer's team Numero Uno is in danger. If Teclis wins, Mikmer and his crew, X-Ray and Nico, are out of here. So, it is the third and final game for the match. Switching those sides one more time for continuity. Madison, Teclis on the bottom with a Dragonite. Subbing up and getting immediately Ice Punch by Mikmer's Machamp on the top side. And he's just going to keep clicking Ice Punch. Not sure what we're subbing down to, but it's not going to do it. And he's seen enough. He goes for Outrage, does a ton to Champ, but doesn't kill. And of course, Ice Punch kills. Now Machamp, who is faster, gets a dynamic punch off. The confusion negated by Lumberry. 51% it leaves him with, so obviously 49% chunk there, nothing to sneeze at. Puts him in Hydro Pump range. Mikmer off to a good start in this one. Playing an offensive team. I have liked the team variety for Mikmer. Has mixed it up nicely over the course of these. You can tell that he put practice in and has put the time in throughout the week. Hopefully for his sake it pays off. If it doesn't, his team will be eliminated, but he's off to a good start here with a 5-3 lead. Not even 10 turns in, half of Teclis' team is down, but the ever-dangerous DD Tar. And a terrible Hydro Pump miss for Mikmer. That could change things. All of a sudden, DD Tar, a big threat. You're relying on Swampert to deal with it, but it had to eat a +1 crunch, and he missed the Hydro Pump. Swampert comes into its death. Are we about to be swept out of the tournament by a DD Tar? Even a crit bullet punch isn't enough. There's the Earthquake kill. Only 2 Mons for Mikmer. Sucker Punch gets him. Leaves us in a 2-2. This one fast and furious. Meteor Mash with the kill and the insult to injury attack raise. Starmie going to have to get it done. Critical hit needed. Instead, he gets a critical miss. And that is going to allow Teclis, if he connects with Meteor Mash, which he does, to get it, and Mikmer an unhappy camper. Well, I won this without hacks. Story of my life, says Mikmer. Those are the words of a frustrated man. Madison, Teclis is going to put the nail in the coffin. Teclis lost the first round, stuck playing Gen 7 against B, which is a tall task. But he is going to redeem himself in this second round by defeating Mikmer, taking his team without Frinch even needing to play against X-Ray, through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to Zoc, Frinch, and Teclis of Team Frinch in the semi-finals. Group of good dudes, Mikmer, Nico, and X-Ray, even though both Mikmer and Nico were a bit whiny this round. That team, Numero Uno, is going to be eliminated from the first edition of CALLOUS Crew Challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Cool set here. And I have another DPP set coming your way after this. So, if you appreciate the time, effort, work that I do, just hit the fucking thumbs up button. It takes half a second, just one click. Here, I'll make some clicking sounds in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. Do you hear that? It's me clicking with my mouse. All you have to do is click it once. I'd appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.